Good afternoon, children. Yesterday we have seen respiration in aquatic organisms and respiration in terrestrial organisms. In aquatic organisms, we have seen how fish take in dissolved oxygen from the water and how it utilizes it. Then today we are going to see how terrestrial organisms respire, and for the example of terrestrial organisms we are going to take as respiration in human beings. So our today's topic is respiration in human beings. So in human respiratory system, various organs are involved that we have discussed yesterday. We will just take a look on that again. That first organ involved in it is nostrils. These nostrils are just the openings. Nose and which has the opening on it are called as nostrils. These nostrils take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, and for that purpose these openings are present. Then second, nostrils extend down in a long tube-like structure which has different parts in it. The first part is called as pharynx. The second part of that long tube-like structure is called as larynx. Larynx extends down to trachea, which is also called as windpipe. Trachea is also called as windpipe. Then these trachea divide into two branches, and these two branches are called as bronchi. One is bronchus and two are bronchi. So further these trachea divide into bronchi. Then these bronchi divide into small tube-like structures which goes down in the lungs, and these small tube-like structures are called as bronchioles. They are called as bronchioles. These bronchioles extend down and ends up with a small sac-like structures, and these sac-like structures which actually expand and contract for the purpose of taking in air and exchange it with the blood, and these are called as alveoli. These are small sac-like structures which actually exchange the gases with the blood in the lungs. So from the bronchi, the bronchioles and the alveoli are present inside the lungs. So these are the different parts present in human respiratory system. So today we are going to see how to draw human respiratory system. So let's draw it. After finishing my session, I request you all to draw this in your notebook by observing the video. So first it starts with the mouth and the nasal passage. So this is the nasal passage, and here the small openings are there from where actually the air enters inside, which are called as nostrils. So these are the two small openings of the nose which are called as nostrils, and these nostrils have a passage down, and this passage is divided into three parts. The first upper part is called as pharynx, which is exactly below the buccal cavity. The buccal cavity and the exactly below that whatever is there, that is called as pharynx. After that, below that, a small box-like structure is present which has the septum on it, on which actually the air bombards and the sound is produced, and that is called as sound box, or also called as larynx. And then a small tube-like structure which has annular structures, ring-like structures present on it, and this part of the tube, of the extended tube, is called as trachea, or it is also called as windpipe, which takes down the wind into the lungs. So this is trachea. trachea or windpipe. So this trachea or windpipe further extend and bifurcate into two different parts, and these two different parts are called as bronchi. So these two are the bronchi. These two are called as bronchi. Single is bronchus and two are bronchi. And these bronchi further divide into small tube-like structures which further has a small sac-like structure down to it, and these sac-like structures are called as alveoli, and these are the single is alveolus and many are alveoli, and these tube-like structures are bronchioles which actually form the, this is the collarbone, which actually forms the lungs. So these are the lungs. Which are exactly situated above the diaphragm, which separates the chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. Here one small portion is there, a small septum. In Marathi we call it as parda like structure, which is called as septum, is present here, which in scientific language called as diaphragm. And this diaphragm separates the chest cavity and the abdominal cavity, and which actually helps in taking in the air and giving out the air. So when it expands, the air is given out, and when it contracts, the air is taken in. So this is how this diaphragm is also a part of the human respiratory system. These two are the lungs. These are bronchioles and these are the alveoli. This is the structure of human respiratory system. So how actually it works, that we are going to study now. How actually these all organ works in exchange of the gases. So what happens? Nostrils. We will see one by one all of their functions. So you will come to know how actually the human respiratory system functions. So here what happens? Nostrils take in air. These nostrils are two openings which are supported with a passage, and in that passage mucus is present and small hairs are present, which actually filters the air, which actually purifies the air which enters inside the nose, and this purified air is further go down into the pharynx. So before it enters, whatever the suspended particles are there in the air, that all are filtered inside the nose because of presence of hairs and because of presence of mucus. Mucus is a slimy substance which is present in our nose, which is actually helpful for filtration of air. Whatever the suspended particles are there in the air are all filtered by this mucus and the hairs present in the nose. Then it enters in the pharynx. In pharynx, the purified air is actually condensed. Whatever scattered air particles are there, that all are condensed, and then this condensed air bombards on the pharynx. Then again it gets filtered, and then it goes to the trachea. Trachea is long pipe-like structure which extend down into two branches. So through trachea it goes to the bronchi, and from bronchi it enters in the bronchioles. So trachea, bronchi and bronchioles carry function, that they carry the filtered air from the larynx towards the alveoli. That is only function the trachea, the bronchi and the bronchioles perform. Okay. Then when it enters in the alveoli, the proper function, the exact function is actually begins here in alveoli. So alveoli, when air enters in the alveoli, it expands, and as it expands, and it is richly supplied with the blood capillaries. Okay, there is one artery called as pulmonary artery, which takes the filter, which brings the deoxygenated blood from heart to the lungs. So here it enters from the heart, so to the left side of the lungs, one of the lungs, the heart is present. Okay, so from the heart, one artery in our body called as pulmonary artery brings the blood for purification in the lungs. So now the blood enters in the lungs. So these lungs are richly supplied with small blood capillaries, which are exactly in contact with these alveoli. Okay, and here actually the exchange of gases takes place. The blood, which contains carbon dioxide, it gives that carbon dioxide to the alveoli, and the air which is present in the alveoli exchanges oxygen and gives it to the blood. Then blood takes this oxygenated blood. Now when the oxygen is added to the blood, it is said as oxygenated blood. One very important pigment present in the blood called as hemoglobin. This hemoglobin is the oxygen carrier. So here in the blood, hemoglobin absorbs the oxygen from the alveoli, and carbon dioxide is given to the alveoli by the process of diffusion. And then the purified blood is again taken to the heart by pulmonary vein. One more blood vessel is there called as pulmonary vein, which takes this oxygenated blood to the heart for its distribution. And this is how actually the human respiratory system works. I hope you understood the functions of different organs of human respiratory system. One more time we will just have a quick look, a quick revision on these different organs and their functions. So see our first nostrils, they take in air and filter it with the help of hair and mucus present in it. Then it goes to the pharynx, the air is condenses, whatever the scattered particles are there, they all have brought together. Then it goes to the larynx, from larynx it goes to trachea, from trachea it goes to the bronchi, from bronchi it goes to bronchioles, and from bronchioles it goes to the alveoli. And then in the alveoli, these alveoli are richly supplied with the blood vessels, where actually the exchange of gases takes place. And as the exchange of gases takes place, the oxygen is given from blood, the oxygen is from blood, the carbon dioxide is given to the alveoli, and from alveoli the oxygen is taken to the blood. So alveoli gives oxygen to the blood, and carbon dioxide is given from blood to the alveoli. And then again alveoli gives the carbon dioxide to the bronchioles, bronchioles give the carbon dioxide to bronchi, from bronchi carbon dioxide goes to trachea, from trachea it goes to larynx, from there it goes to pharynx, and through the nostril it is exhaled out. And within the fractions of second, this inhalation and exhalation process takes place, and the complete process of respiration is done. The complete process of breathing is done. Okay, then the oxygen from blood goes to the various cells, and then the aerobic respiration, which we have studied, that the glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm. It the glucose is broken down and converted into pyruvate, then pyruvate enters in the mitochondria, and then it is broken down into 38 ATP molecules for the generation of energy. So this is how the total respiration process takes place. And this is how the respiration in human beings is observed. So I hope you understood this topic, that is respiration in human beings. Tomorrow we are going to learn the detailed mechanism of respiration. Thank you.